Good morning, Cedar Park. Up ahead, get your top 3 things you need to know for today.
Plus your pet of the week.
And a new Pack Chat where our hosts discuss this week's most trending topics.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back. I'm Abby Martinez, joined by Jack Polshik and Katie Whitmarsh.
First up, we have reporter Kylie Young with the top 3 things you need to know for today.
Good morning, Cedar Park. My name is Kylie Young, and here are the top 3 things you need to know this morning. First, former Vice President Mike Pence sat down with ABC in an exclusive interview pertaining to the January 6th riot. Pence says Trump, quote, asked, "Were you scared?" And he said, "No, I was angry," calling Trump, quote, reckless. Second, Russia attacked Ukraine's energy facilities yesterday with their largest missile barrage yet. Ukraine is facing widespread blackouts, and the missile crossed into the border of Poland, killing 2 people. Because Poland is a member of NATO, the U.S. National Security Council is said to be looking into the report. Lastly, the world's population reached 8 billion yesterday. The population grew 1 billion in the last decade, proving a huge advancement in health and technology. We're expected to reach 10 billion people in the next 60 years. So how do we feel knowing we'll be like 80 years old walking around with 10 billion people?
I feel like my apartment will just get even smaller. Like there's just gonna be no
room for all
I
those
feel like,
people.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, where are all these people supposed to go? I mean, I
Yeah.
guess like the urban cities
Yeah.
or like the rural cities are going to become more urban, but also I just feel like we're stable right now.
Have y'all seen that line that they're building, like in
Yes.
that giant
yes.
like line?
Yes, in
Is it Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia?
I think that's right.
the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I
It's
know,
like
I
this
wanna live
new
there.
Architectural, like literally, it's a straight line.
It's so cool.
And it's like housing, shopping, grocery stores, malls. Like it's literally a whole society within this like one building. It's
Wow.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
freaky.
Thanks, Kylie. Up next, a new edition of Pack Chat, but first these announcements.
Welcome back to the Pack Chat, our student voice opinion segment. I'm Jack Polshik, joined by Caleb Taylor and Tanvi Sankoli, and guest co-host Madison Shields as we discuss this week's most trending topics. Let's get started. First, Donald Trump is officially running for president again. The twice impeached former president announced his candidacy last night in a Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Here's some of what he had to say.
Together we will be taking on the most corrupt forces and entrenched interests imaginable. Our country is in a horrible state. We're in grave trouble. This is not a task for a politician or a conventional candidate. This is a task for a group.
It looks like the former president may have some competition in the primaries this round. A new poll from the Texas Republican Party is showing Texans are favoring Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as a nominee over Trump by roughly 10 points. So, do y'all think he has a chance this year, or not this year, but next election?
I think he definitely has a chance just because he has such a loyal, fan base. Like, he has a lot of followers, so I think he does have a chance for the election.
Yeah. And his wording throughout the speech, it's very like, this is not my election, this is your election. Like, he knows what he's doing, but, every kind of thing he brings up is so vague. He's basically just saying, oh, our country is a mess, like our country is destroyed, but he doesn't say anything. Like, he's not giving any, ways to fix it.
He uses certain tactics to definitely get voters and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Anything? All right, let's move on. All right, next comedian Dave Chappelle continues to receive criticism after hosting Saturday Night Live. During his monologue, Chappelle highlighted recent anti-Semitic comments made by rapper Kanye West and NBA star Kyrie Irving, the midterms, and other current political topics.
Before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared. I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that Kanye It's how you buy yourself some time.
A representative from the Anti-Defamation League released a statement via Twitter in response saying, "We shouldn't expect Dave Chappelle to serve as society's moral compass, but disturbing to see Saturday Night Live not just normalize but popularize anti-Semitism," end quote. And last night on The Late Show, comedian Jon Stewart defended Chappelle by saying he doesn't believe censorship and penalties are the way to end anti-Semitism or to gain understanding. So, I mean, obviously Dave Chappelle has, recently been doing some pretty questionable stuff in the past, but I do think he is one of the smartest comedians out there. I think he is extremely funny. I have been disappointed by what he said recently. But I thought this monologue was really funny, and I didn't think it was anti-Semitic at all. There was one part I disagreed with, and that was when he was talking about, he was bringing up like recent comments made by celebrities, and he was saying, I know Jewish people have been through a lot, but you can't blame it on Black Americans, which nobody does that. Like, nobody would ever think that because that's such a ridiculous thing to say or, like, believe. Like, I don't know why anybody would come to that decision making,
I feel like he definitely took like the risky road when he chose to talk about like anti-Semitism by like other comedians and stuff like that. But he also said like in the very beginning saying like, I don't support any of this or any kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it wasn't really like problematic at all, so.
Yeah, and it was very funny. It was like, I was laughing.
Yeah, same.
But yeah. Finally, a new Texas Senate joint resolution, if passed, would eliminate daylight savings all across Texas if voters pass for it. Both time zones are in the state will adopt their standard time year-round. So, should we pass this bill?
I think so. I'm sick of daylight savings time.
I didn't actually know there were 2 time zones in Texas.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
I had no
Honestly,
idea.
I was
Yeah,
so
so it's
lost.
Mountain and Central Time. So
thought
it
it
would
was
just
all
be
one.
like one universal time zone.
I think that would solve a lot of problems. I don't know.
So would that mean like it would be light in the morning, like early morning, or would it be dark in the early morning? Because that's what I don't understand.
Dark in the early morning, and it stays like sunlight is out for longer.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
I love that. Yeah.
I would prefer that.
Because
think
it
we
gets
should have
late
that
at like
year-round.
6 p.m. now.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
not
wild.
late, dark.
I feel like that adds to like the like winter kind of sadness that everybody gets.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
maybe we'd all be happier if we were just the
And you
sunlight
could
was
stay
out
out
for
later.
That would fix it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and that's all we have for today. Remember, T-Wolfpack, there's always time to chat.
Now it's time for your Pet of the Week. This week's Pet of the Week is Ryan Rio's dog, Teddy. Teddy is an 8-month-old lilac English bulldog that the Rios family got this past July. Teddy loves to chase tennis balls, lie down on cool tile and warm couches. He loves to cuddle and eat anything he can get to. Teddy loves sitting in weird ways, but the Rios family couldn't love him anymore. If you'd like your pet to be featured on Pet of the Week, direct message us on our Instagram account at CPHS News or tweet us a short videos and a short bio of your pet, also at CPHS News. If you'd like your pet to be featured on Pet of the Week, direct message us on our Instagram account at CPHS News or tweet us your videos and a short bio of your pet, also at CPHS News. And that's all we have for you today. Make sure you're keeping up with all of our content. Head over to our YouTube at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_sports for updates during the games.
We'll see you tomorrow with a feature on the new Florals teacher and an all-new T-Wolf Spotlight.
Thanks for taking time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Jack Polishuk.
And I'm Martinez. Run, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Cedar Park.